So I just want to welcome all of you again to this meeting. And it's been a while since Compassionate Arts, oops, it's been a while since Compassionate Arts actually was able to do something wonderful like this. And Tara, thank you so much. Today we are guided by a woman who walks between worlds, art and soul, culture and compassion, vision and grounded action. Tara King-Haagen is not only a creative director and educator, but she's also a visionary who understands that true success begins from within. Through Earthtribenative, her organization that she has founded, and Compassionate Arts in Action, which we're all part of with Faye Love. That's how I met Tara, was through Faye Love. She creates sacred spaces where creativity becomes ritual, intention becomes lived experience. And that's exactly what I was just talking about, Tara. So please join me in welcoming our guide for today's journey, Tara King-Haagen.
Thank you so much, Kira. And I'm just so happy to be back in this space with all of you. I've really missed the monthly check-ins and meetings and everything that we were doing with Felicia. And I just really am so happy to be here and to be able to share something that I've been working on for many years, manifestation. As you know, I'm also a professor and I've been teaching in a lot of different universities. And one thing that I always teach my students is that they really have to have a belief. And it's not enough to just say you want to put pictures on a board and you're going to manifest. It's all about the feeling. And so what we're doing today is setting the high frequency, the feeling for success, the feeling for transformation, the feeling for the aha moments that we're going to have where we really tune in to that sacred feminine energy that's going to help us to birth 2026. So we have been thinking about it the last few weeks. We've been thinking about what we want. I've done a lot of preparation, courses, meditation, everything leading up to this point. And what's extremely important, first of all, is belief. You have to believe in what you're putting on your board or in your book. Because if you don't believe it, then how is the universe and how are the powers that be going to be able to hear it and actually help you manifest it? So belief in yourself, belief in your self-love, belief in your purpose and your passion for this life is extremely important for today. We're going to raise the frequency. We're really going to grow together, as the song said, together we grow. It's one of my mantras that I use on my platform. And we are going to grow together. We're going to manifest together. We're going to hold space for each other in a way that means that each one, as we talk about what our vision is for our life, the other people are going to hold space for that vision. We're going to really focus on positivity. We're going to focus on being present in the time that we're in. And together in this circle, we're going to grow and manifest not for ourselves, but for each other. Because the most important thing is when you put positivity out there, you get positivity back. So we're going to be bouncing off each other in this circle today. And as we bounce off each other and everybody has good intentions for the other person, that is what's going to help us grow. Can everybody hear me?
Yep. I just have there's a couple people that are trying to get on. So.
Okay. So what are the themes we're going to be talking about today? We're going to talk about the difference between intention and goals. We're going to talk about living from the overflow, from abundance. It's all about abundance. There's enough for everyone. There's enough for everybody to have their dreams met. It's not like if somebody else gets lucky, you're not going to get lucky. Everybody's going to get lucky. It's enough for everybody. So we're talking about living from the overflow. recently in London, I've met people, and there's a lot of people who haven't done the work that we've done in California. California is a very special place. We've been doing the work. We're about self-development. We're about really putting our hearts out there and really manifesting. And a lot of people here are very closed. They don't know about abundance, and all they do is complain. Everybody's wearing black clothes. Oh my God. And it's raining and it's cold. I'm like, where's my California? I have a yoga mat that has the ocean on it. I bought it before I left. I was like, I'm going to have to take some ocean with me because I'm going to London. What's going to happen, right? So I have a yoga mat that I get on every morning, and it has the ocean. So I really, really have had to step up everything I've learned in California, being in London. I've had to step it up. I walk down the street and I'm smiling at people. And in winter, people look at me like, is she crazy? What's wrong with her? Why is she smiling? Why is she wearing pink? Why isn't she wearing black? So I walk down the street and I walk into the tube with my bright pink, me and my pink. And everybody's wearing black and I'm standing there smiling. But that's what it's all about. It's about the energy that you put out there. And when I start to do that and I walk down the street, all of a sudden, sometimes people smile back, Or if it's a little bit of a blue sky, people start to relax. But we really have to work. I have to really work on London. I got a big job here to do. But, So
the whole city, right?
We're going to be talking about feelings because it's about the feeling tone. And something that we've learned while I've been doing these sessions is that if you don't have the feeling for what you're trying to manifest, it's literally not going to happen. And you wonder, but I've been doing all these boards. Why don't they work? It's because it's not enough to do the board. It's the feeling and the intention that you bring to the board. It's the frequency that you have when you're doing the board. It needs to be high. You can't have a low frequency and be thinking about beautiful things. You have to pull your frequency up, from your head. We have all the energy in our head, and we have to pull it up and expand it. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about why we do resets in January. So in January, it's a sacred month, but it's not for what people think it's for, because we need to be with the flow with the earth. So what does the earth do in January? Okay, stop thinking about California for a minute. But if we're in London or if we're in anywhere in Europe, in January, it's winter. That means the earth rests. It's not the time for jumping up and down. It's the time for being relaxed, for hibernating, for protecting your energy, and for growing through the soil so that you can bloom. Right? So this is a time for reflection. That's why we do resets in this January. That's why we start talking about our plans and our actions and what we're going to do. So we're going to manifest in January. And then in February, we're going to start making things happen. But right now, it's about planning. It's about going within. It's about thinking about the past year and letting it go. If you haven't done so already, should have done so already. But it's about letting go and restarting anew. So we're going to talk about that. Sorry, let me just get back to my notes. I'm always way ahead of my notes and I have to go back to them. Especially when I'm working at the Tate Modern now and I do tours and I put all these beautiful notes together and then I start talking. And halfway through the tour, I go, oh, maybe I should look at my notes. Because I'm way ahead of them, because everything starts manifesting and growing as I talk. So we're really going to talk about soul-centered learning. We're talking about design, and everybody knows I'm a designer on this call. But what you don't know is I've been working on courses called Life Design. So we're going to be designing our next year. So when you do these boards, these vision boards, it's like you're a fashion designer, because in fashion, we do boards. We do boards, inspirational boards, and those boards inspire us to create. And the board that we're going to do, or the book, I did a book, a very thick book. I had too much fun. It's all about inspiration. It's inspiration for your year ahead. That's all it is. So it's putting together what you want your year to look like and be grateful that you know it's going to look like that. So what we're really thinking is, yes, we're putting these boards together, but we're putting what we believe will be together. And the funny thing is, I've done a lot of books over time. Every year I do one. And what happens in these books happens in my life. I literally manifest what's in this book. This is an old book. I'm just going to open and show you guys for a minute. So imagine this is like a mood board. And what I have in it is I start writing. And I start thinking, well, the most important thing in this board, this happened in California, was I wanted happiness. This happiness has a Z in it. But there's a magazine called Happiness. So I was like, yes, I want happiness. On the front cover, it says, New Year, New You. Nature as your muse. I'm all about nature. So as I go through it, I have people who are my muse, like Julian Moore. Nourish and escape. I use a lot of words, Kira, like you said. So words are very important because they can really help you. And I know you're going to say, but where can I get words like that, Tara? Escape home, nourish, speak up. A lot of yoga magazines have a lot of good words. Spiritual magazines have a lot of good words because they really live beyond the ordinary. You know, you're like, how do I get these words? I gather my material all year. I look in magazines all year long and I have a little box, and every time I find something, I cut it up and put it in the box. If I'm in the doctor's surgery, I look in the magazines they have there and I steal a page. I have to admit, I steal pages anywhere I can. If I see something that really speaks to me, I have to have it. And now, of course, you can also take pictures with your phone, but it's better to actually have the item. So this is one of my books, and I have poetry in there, everything that inspires me, and a lot of color. It's all about color. We're going to be talking about color psychology. And your choice of color is intentional. Don't put any colors on your board that you don't like. If you don't feel a color, it shouldn't be on your board. Really, you know? So be very intentional. Look at all this purple. I love purple and pink. It's like, oh, purple and pink. And it really, really makes me happy. This is about soul-centered living. So what I try to do is I'm trying to really keep my soul open. And everything I do, I try to work from a soul-centered space. So when I started my business, for example, I started it from a soul-centered space. And the most important thing for me is working with the right people. Now, that's another thing you should be careful of when you have your board, because you have to release the people that don't serve you in the year, the people that are not for you, and the people that don't bring you good energy. Why keep them into the new year? Release them. Let them go do something to somebody else, right? We don't need them. We need positivity around us. And you need to make space for new people, because new people are waiting to come into your life that are going to love you and really cherish you. So if you have people around you that you really aren't happy with, I'm not saying, completely, but really think about the circle of people you have around you. Everybody here on this call, we're all for each other. We know each other. We've got great energy, and that helps with the manifestation. If you have somebody in your life that doesn't believe in you and you're trying to manifest and you're telling them about your dreams, guess what's going to happen? They're going to negatively impact your dreams. because they don't want the best for you. They don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to grow. And so if you're telling somebody and they're listening for bad things instead of good things with you, it's about listening for bliss, listening for happiness, listening for joy. You need to listen for good things in your life, and then you will attract them. So if you have people around you that are not listening for your best, it's not going to happen. You really need to create a circle of people around you that are for you, that want to support you, that you support, that you mirror, the energy mirrors, the vibrations high, and then we're flying. You know, I mean, when we had Felicia around, Felicia was always listening for our good. That's all she wanted. When she talked to someone, it was about, hey, how are you? Check in. What's going on in your life? And she was listening for our good. And that really helped us. It was like magic. I remember every time I spoke to her, she was listening for my greatness. And so as we talk about our boards and our vision, we need to listen for people's greatness. We need to call in, pray for them on the phone, send them good vibes, whatever it is that you do. It's about positivity. It's about the frequency. The frequency is what really makes the intention, and the vibration is what really makes it happen. Being in the right vibration. And it's funny because you can even feel it through the phone. We don't have to be with each other. I can feel the beautiful energy of you guys now. Kira, I can feel the energy. I hope you guys can feel it.
Yep.
Can you feel it?
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
Woo.
When we're together, and especially together, feminine energy is strong. It's strong and it's magical.
Yeah.
It's so magical. We really manifest. So look at this picture. I love this picture right here. You see the lady?
Yep.
And she's on a high frequency, and you see the way, the energy, the light on her head. Like when you read your aura, or when you have a picture of your aura and you start looking at it and you see all the light on your head. I don't know if anybody's had aura pictures before. I've had mine done, and it was amazing. When I had mine done, it was in California near the airport. There was a special fair. I can't remember what it's called, but it's all about innovation and spirituality. And I used to go to it every year. And they took a picture of me, and I had this white light. And people were looking at me going, oh, like that. It was amazing. And it was because I have been really working on my vibration and my energy, keeping it pure, keeping it real. This year I've hardly been around any negative people. I've stayed a lot to myself, I have to admit.
You'd have to these days, wouldn't you?
But it's been good for me.
Yeah.
Because it has helped me to realign with who I am and to really understand who I am as a woman. And I had to re-establish who I was. I had to find out again, who is it that I want to be? Yeah. What do I want to be about? What is my purpose in life? What's my passion? Where do I want to go with this? And I decided I want to help people. I want to help people find their happiness, find their joy. I want to help people relax. I want to help people change their frequency and vibrate at a higher level. That's what I'm all about. But then I have to do it myself first. Because anything you want to accomplish, you got to look in first before you look out. If you want to change the world, guess what you got to do?
Yep.
You got to look inward, and you got to change yourself. One person at a time. And the first person you have to change is yourself.
Yep.
So as we start to manifest, and we start to grow, and we start to think about what we want, and we start to think of our colors that we want for the new year, choose your colors. So I want to hear about the color you're choosing and why. I want to hear if there's a favorite song you have. Remember I said a song, music is very important. It raises the vibration. Music is like a teacher. If you listen to music properly, it actually changes something in you. It can wake you up. It can also put you to sleep. So you have to be careful of the music you're listening to. You have to be careful of the words you utter. You know, it's not by chance that if you say something negative, guess what? It comes back to you. Keeping your vibration high means you have to keep the right words in your mouth. And when I do my boards, I actually, let me see if I can find one. This is another one that I did, my boards. And it was all about warrior women. I had to really find my strength. So I got the warrior women on that page that I can connect to. I got Julian Moore again. She's my girl. I just love her. I've got environments that make me feel good. So environments, you know, are very important. And you don't have to actually be in them. You can have a picture of them and you can tone in to that environment or a feeling. A mother with a child, you know, that's a feeling picture. And feelings are very important. I also put little envelopes on my boards. And then I can put things in envelopes like good words. Let's see what's in this one. It's a little card that says, let the cracks between things widen until they are no longer cracks, but the new places for things.
That's great.
So I put little things in my little envelopes, and I really love color. As you can see, I'm all about flowers. I paint on flowers. So flowers are important to me. But you can see it's all about a feeling. It's about being happy. It's about having a good space. I've got happy all over my board. So the word that you find is very important. Sometimes I buy cards that I really like. And then I open them and I can write in them. And you can actually write in them and set your intentions in the card. And you can put the card on your board too. There's so many different ways that you can do this. Flowers again. So here I talk about my game plan, passion, intelligence, free spirit, wild being, healing our people and the earth. So I'm really talking about things that are important to me. Guiding lights, you know, finding your mentors, who you want. And you can find mentors everywhere. You know, I'm about yoga a lot. So I've got a lot of things about yoga on my board. When I was doing my teacher training, my yoga teacher training, it's about the journey. It's about your journey. Here's another envelope. Should we see what's in it? I wonder. Oh, that one's actually sealed shut. So it says, souls touch souls, love souls, souls touch souls, and love souls. Let me see. No, it is open. It has a card in it. It says, no person trying to take responsibility for her or his identity should have to do so alone. There must be those among whom we can sit down and weep and still be counted as warriors.
That's beautiful.
So the people you surround yourself with, your friends that support and protect you, that you can be real with, that you can cry with, and then tomorrow you can still say, I'm strong and I'm a warrior. And they expect that and they respect that. That's why having those people around you is going to change your life. There's Paulina. Hey, girl.
That is a really good point. That because sometimes people feel like they can't show who they really are to people, and if
Exactly.
you trust somebody enough to be vulnerable, and yet still feel like they admire you and feel you are strong, I think that is a really important part to think about.
It is really. And I mean, like with my friendship with Felicia, I could cry and she would really hold my highest self up, but she would let me complain for a day if I needed to. And the next day, it didn't mean that I wasn't a strong, wonderful gorgeous warrior goddess. I could still be that. So it's holding space for you where you are. You might be depressed. Do you have people you're allowed to say I'm depressed with? It's important to be honest and authentic. And this year, that should be something that's on your board. I want to be authentic. I want to be real, raw, and true to who I am. The essence of me. Who is that? I really had to work on finding what my essence was. Who am I? And how am I going to portray that and show the world who I am? It's about working on yourself. And with these boards, you can work on yourself and really create the balance that you're looking for, the person that you want to be. Discovering my own beauty, I have on here. I grew up in Germany. I was the only Black person in my school. My ideal for beauty was blonde with blue eyes.
Oh, no. Oh,
that was
no.
my ideal because that's what I grew up with. And then I had to really work on finding myself beautiful. I didn't have blue eyes. I didn't have blonde hair. And I had to work on that. So accepting yourself, who you are, the essence of yourself, and in any environment, finding beauty, first of all, within and then without. Right? If you're not beautiful inside, it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside. Your aura's not going to shine. People are just not going to react to you that way as the beautiful person. They're going to be negative to you. It's going to be weird energy. But when you have beauty inside first, then you can shine on the outside. And then people believe you. So all those things, are things you can work for. And here's another card. You see? I have the art of living rich, to create a vision for your future and then allow it to manifest into your experience. And there's another one. So cards are really a nice way of going more in depth on your board.
It's more
this
interactive
one says,
too.
Looking forward into the light. Paris is calling to a 16-year-old girl. So this is me at 16 in Paris. And it says, not yet ready for life. I was an innocent, building jewelry, extensions of life. And then the song, Isn't She Lovely, came to my mind when I was in Paris. So you can actually put pictures on your board of who you used to be and revisit that. Your board can be a time travel.
That's a neat idea.
No, just like music helps us travel through time.
There's a lot of talk about time right now with
yes,
physics.
Time bending. Yep. How do you bend time? It's about really understanding the essence of you are, staying true to yourself, and then being able to go forward and back in time. How do you do that? With pictures, with music that you used to love, with your friends that you were friends with since you were little, for example. All of that helps with the time travel. I mean, sometimes I hear a song and I really do go back in time. Oh, wow. Who's Paulina? Hey. Yep, it's about time. Look at you. Butterflies and places where you want to be. So you can actually travel with your board. What you do is you put a picture on your board of a place you want to be and you keep looking at it. And when you remember it, it'll be like if you've been there. Have you guys ever experienced that? I look at this picture and go, oh, didn't I go there? It's like, oh no, it was on my board. It's really find beautiful spaces that mean something to you. Beautiful rooms, cushions, environments that speak to you. So it's important,
Yep.
People that speak to you. All of these things are important. This is another one I did. I actually did this one. And I started writing on it because I started writing music, like songs. And I actually started writing text on there that I then turn into either a poetry or song when I'm inspired. But if you have a look at it, you can see the places. They're just so beautiful. You don't have to go to these places. You can actually be inspired by nature with pictures, you know? And I do all these little swirls and stuff, or the colors that you choose to surround yourself with. You can own those colors. We know who owned purple, right? Yeah, we had fights about that one. I'm like, purple's not yours. He's like, yes, it is. I'm like, no, it's not. She was like, yes, it is. So, the purple queen.
Mm-hmm.
So all of this is just to say, you know, this one I say, my prayer journey. And I talk about how I feel about praying, because that's something that really works for me. I said it's about feeling, closing my eyes and being at one with the universe. I am in love with life and with living. I close my eyes and I feel at home. Nothing phases me. I'm healed and loved. So you can put affirmations on your board. And when you put those affirmations on there and you read them every day, then all of a sudden they become a part of you. I have music that became my affirmation, and I didn't even know it was happening. It's called what's the name of the song? I'm gonna think of it. But I sang the song every day, and it literally manifested, good and bad. It was, I just sang that song every day, over and over and over. And the song gave me so much strength and power. It changed my life. So finding a song that really resonates with you and really owning the song is also another way of manifestation. Or you could think of a song, write it on your board, and every time you look at your board, you could play that song. It's another level of energy. It's another level of magic, you know, because it really, really will ingrain itself so that every time you look at your board, you hear the song and you remind yourself of your power, and that's going to help with your manifestation.
That's a great idea. When we do the post for Youth and Justice and other projects with Compassionate Arts, often we've encouraged people to do lines of a song or a poem. And I know you write poetry too. Do you put your poetry in your?
Yes, I definitely do. In fact, I'm doing an art exhibition in February, and when I started doing my book, when I started doing my vision book turned into my art. So I started doing the book, and I'll just open it so you guys can see the first page. So my first page has my grandmother, because ancestors are very important. So I put my grandmother on my vision book because I believe she will put the right energy on my book. And she really does. My grandmother is powerful, powerful woman. So my ancestor on my book. And then I put a story of survival. And I put a state of refinement, you know, enhancing 2026. So I'm not even designing it, I'm enhancing it. I'm making it better. And so these kind of things, see, there's another envelope. A legend. I'm gonna be a legend. So these words that you put, I've got bright star because my name means star. So, and then I put crystal. So the name of a crystal on there. Because I started working with crystals. Now I put crystals on my art. Different crystals for different feelings. Just like different colors, color psychology, crystal psychology, all of these things mean something if it means something to you. You know, you could put earth on your board for all I care. You could put a little patch of water on your board in a little plastic bag, or seawater. I mean, you could put wherever you want to put on your board, whatever resonates and means something to you. So life is a balance of holding on and letting go. That's what I put on my book. And I have, work while you have the light. You are responsible for the talent that has been entrusted to you. Find your power. You know? So find the things that resonate with you, the pictures and the people. I put raw talent on here. Balancing act. Now, this was actually an old board of mine that I put back into my book because I felt like I wanted to revisit some of it. So when you have old books, old boards, doesn't mean you don't use them anymore. You can actually cut the old boards up and put them back on your new board if you want to really instate the message again. Recycle your board, recycle your picture, use the pictures again that resonate with you. They don't always have to be the newest ones. You know, here I have something really interesting. It's a chart. And it says, on the chart, it says things that I want to accomplish. So where do I want to be in partners with love, with personal growth and learning, with money and finances, with career and work, with health and fitness, with my environment, with my community, with family and friends. And so that's the board. I did it like that. And then I put where I felt I was.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put where I wanted to be. So that I can look at it in a couple of months and reassess. You know, where it says here, black is where I am now and pink is where I want to be.
Oh, wow.
And guess what? I did this a while ago and I'm getting into my pink space.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to know what I want, because the thing is that if you're not clear about what you're setting, you won't get a clear response. Whatever you're focusing on, if you say, I really don't want another crazy man, what you'll get is a crazy man, because you're focusing on crazy men. But if you say, oh my gosh, I really want someone who understands me and is really spiritual and just gorgeous, wonderful human being, then that's what you'll get, because that's what you're focusing on. So you cannot negate things on your board. If you don't want something, don't talk about it. Don't think about it. Don't be about it. Be about what you want. Does that make sense? You know? So this is where I live, Marylebone. So I put it on my board in my book. And then I have colors. And again, I have a stone that was interesting to me. And I got a symbol for my book. So it's the beetle. And the beetle has a symbol. I can't remember what it is right now, but I put consciousness next to it. And I put people on my board that I can relate to, that I feel are important to me. And here's something interesting. This is words. So the words I have here are words that I want for my new year. I'll read some of them to you. In a state of wonder. I want to be in wonder. I want to thrive. I want to be confident. I want to be graceful. I want to be vibrant. I want to be awake. I want to be magical. I want to be in a journey. I want to be magnificent, radiant. I want to be transformative. I want to be Whatever it is you want to be, write it down. So, Kira, as you said, words really do work. So find the words you want to use to describe yourself. And as you read them, that is what you'll become. But find really good words, right? Not haphazard words or mediocre words. Find amazing words. Really, you know? So this was the board.
No mediocre.
I was talking about my life. There's my baby. There's me in my wedding dress that I designed. You'll notice that the guy's not there. He's off the page. He doesn't exist anymore. So I'm not thinking and I'm not focusing on him. You see, I took him off, but I didn't focus on the fact that I took him off. I just took him off.
I like that emotional return.
Emotional return, yeah. And so it's great to do a book, but whatever it is, and I do a lot of writing because I plan, because I'm a Virgo. So I have to be very particular about what I say. So I say, I'm talking about new chapters and new strengths, glowing up. And it's a lot about a feeling. So I put a lot of environments that I really like. This is a tent and it's really gorgeous and it has velvet in it. And there's chocolate strawberries. You can put food on your board, things that you really love, because it's all about passion. And the more intense your board is, the better. I put the meaning of home on my board because I have a new home now that I had to put together. So it was important for me to understand what this home was going to mean to me.
And feel like.
And what it was going to feel like, exactly.
Yeah,
I really had to think about it.
When you were saying that, I was thinking about Patricia Fisher. She welcomes people, all these different artists from all over the town into her home. It's always food and beauty, So it really does make a difference when you walk into a home to feel that, right, Patricia?
Yeah.
To feel welcome, to feel fed. I don't know, maybe it's something about women, but I like to feed people. Nancy says I feed
it's
people.
Really important. Yeah.
I mean, the first thing you do you want something to eat or drink?
Do you want something to drink? Do you want something to eat? Yeah. That's maternal. That's beauty. That's really lovely. You right away you're thinking about the person's well-being. Yeah, that's so wonderful.
And Sue-Ann Foster is here, and you, Sue-Ann, your house is the same feeling. Like you walk in and you're surrounded by beauty. You walk in, nature, surrounded by party. And you always had food too. I remember.
Yes, it's been lovely. I remember your house, Sue-Ann. We had a great time at your house.
Finally, I got on.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's wonderful. It's so nice to see you. I hope you're
nice to see you. You are looking gorgeous.
Thank you.
And be sure to list them. I am radiant. I am whatever. It reminded me of the whole Gestalt series where you say, I am blank. I wish blank. I will blank.
Yeah.
I feel. So anyway.
Yeah, the Gestalt was a long time ago, but it was really powerful because it's about affirmations. And we've really worked on that. Even like places like Agape and stuff now, that's all they're about. They're like, I am. There's actually a song, if you want to look up, that Ricky sang, who is one of the singers at Agape, and it's called I Am.
That's Ricky Byers.
He says, I am that what I am. And it's beautiful. And it's very affirming. When you say, I am beautiful, I am vibrant, I am strong, I am excellent, I am intelligent, you're owning it. And it's really important to say those things to yourself. Stand in the mirror and say it,
Yes.
Record it and listen to it. I am is one of the most strongest things you can say.
Yeah.
It's really validating who you are in the world. I have, and then if you're trying to change and you're trying to be new, what I put on this one is I wrote, I am the new me. Who do I want to be like? And I have people that I thought of. For example, the singer Beyonce. Now, a lot of people don't like her, but what I love about her is her work ethic. She works so hard on her craft. She's so disciplined. She's a Virgo. And so yeah, Felicia loved her Virgos. Anyway, really important is to find somebody that can be your mentor. And you don't have to talk to the person. You don't even have to know the person. But if they have a lot of qualities that you like, study that person. Look at that person. Analyze that person. What is it that they do that makes them the person that you like? And then start thinking about how you're going to have those qualities. Are you going to be disciplined? Are you going to be powerful? Are you going to be graceful? Are you going to be resilient? Are you going to be driven, iconic, legendary, focused, dedicated, innovative, charismatic, flawless, magnetic? I can't even say the word. Harmonious. What are you going to be? Are you going to be unstoppable? Are you going to be timeless? Are you going to be a trailblazer? You see how the words really make you feel? It's all about that inspiration. Who do you want to be? How do you want to be in charge of your life? How do you want to be unique? How are you unique? How are you going to be able to trust yourself?
Tara?
How are you going to find your power?
Should we start gathering things while you're talking?
Oh yeah, everybody's working. I see everybody's working while I'm talking.
Okay.
I'm just inspiring.
Well, you're so mesmerizing.
Everybody's working on their stuff.
I want to acknowledge another aspect besides the mentor. And Tanya has a question too.
Sure.
I'm thinking about Deanne, how much I appreciate her helping me.
And
you and all of you really have helped me in amazing ways over the last years of my life. I mean, I really appreciate it because I think I realized that if I didn't have all of you, I wouldn't be who I am. You know what you were talking about? I am. I am kind of a composite of the energy that we all have. And to me, I watch the news and I go, what the hell? Who are all these people that have so much hatred and anger or fear? And so one thing I think on my, I'm making a vision book, is I don't want to get into fear at all, but I want to help children. So my focus right now is really children, to help. So we all can do that, and a lot of us do already. Try to help younger generations cope, because at least I feel like I was lucky to have the woods and to have a secure childhood in a lot of ways. It wasn't without pain because my mother died, but it was it just compared to my own grandchildren's lives, I feel like I had some security where they don't feel they do. So if you have other suggestions on how to do that in the book, and then Tanya has a question and Renee has a question.
I'll just mention, I'll just talk about what you said first, and then I'll go to the questions. Okay. So Kira, I completely agree with you. And what I would do is just choose a page. Like I've chosen a page here. I put Mika on this page. This is Mika as a baby.
Okay.
And then I have writing. And what I start doing is I just set the intention for what I want to accomplish. So I would just put children's pictures, and then I would write how I want to help the children.
Okay.
What is it I want to accomplish with the children? I want to help them wake up. I want to help them be stronger. I want to help them understand how to be more resilient in life. I want to help them understand how to find their passions and their goals, you know? And so all the things that you want the children to know how to do, you put it on the board.
Okay.
And as you put them on the board, that's how they, as you read them every day, that's how they will manifest.
Okay.
So that's very important. So I'll take the questions now, and then I have a fantastic thing to talk about love and manifesting love. But let's go.
Okay, Tanya.
Questions, please.
My question is, I've never heard of a vision book before. So if I'm understanding this, that is just what you want to project throughout the whole year?
Yeah. So what I do is I actually chose a book that had a lot of different partitions. And I have one partition for every month of the year. It doesn't mean that each one I will just focus on that, but it means that when I look at it, I'm looking at the first part of the year, I'm looking at the second part. I have a picture, for example, on one of the covers. So every single section has a start. And so I have the lady from Essence here. She's so lovely, and she's always like, she says, feel the spirit, power, beauty, and joy. And so I put her, that's the start of a new chapter in my book. And I do colors in new chapters. So this was orange. And I go in and I start looking at orange and gold and writing about that. There she is again. So I'm focusing on her because she's one of the people I really love to think about. She's so very positive. The Essence, the lady, she's one of the owners, I think, of Essence. Mm-hmm. And she's always so lovely, you know? It looks like she hasn't aged a day. And then I talk about my obsessions. So yes, you can do a book. It's a new idea. So I started doing them years ago, but it's really just one big vision board in a book. Because sometimes you don't want everybody to look at your board. If you're living in a house with people who are not for you, then them looking at your board every day is not going to help you. And so I started making books because I was in a situation where the person I was living with wasn't for me. And so I didn't want him to look at my book every day. I didn't want him to look at my vision for my future. I didn't want his energy on my board. And so I made a book that I could close. And it could be private.
Yes.
And that's how I started making books. Because I noticed that my boards were too open and vulnerable. And so I had to protect my boards, my boards. And so I made the book so that I could protect my vision and that I would be the only one seeing it or somebody I wanted to share it with. So that's very important if you're not in the right environment for your growth.
Okay, it made me think about Queen Latifah and her possibility book.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, Queen Latifah is a big manifester.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Can I take another question?
Hi. 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 It's not really necessarily a question. Let me get my hand down. There it is, lower hand. So I just kind of wanted to put out there what you were talking about, Kiara, in terms of the concept of Ubuntu, right? I mean, so Bishop Tutu gave us the concept of Ubuntu in the word I am because we are. And so that's what, when you said that, it just really resonated through me, that there's community. And in the boards that we're both creating, we have a lot of community pieces because there's so much hope in community and we lift each other that way. So it's not just I am, it's we are, right? And then I wanted to also share this other word that when our son was in Senegal, and, he was in Dakar and he saw, well, not just Dakar, but he saw so much of what the word that he brought back to us. And I had to write it down. I kept saying, tell me that word again. Tell me that word again. Niyokabak. Nyokabok, Nyokabok, which is, some people talk about it as it takes a village, but it's more than it takes a village. It's that we embrace each other, And so he said, I didn't see homeless people on the streets like we have here. What I saw was people who are very impoverished, yes, but they shared what they had with each other and they embraced each other in a way that they call n- Yokamak. Such a powerful concept that I give to you because giving is what we do.
Yes.
So anyway, I just wanted to bring that
Renee,
energy.
that is
Yeah.
so beautiful, and thank you. I actually spent a few years in Senegal,
Okay.
and I went there from Germany, so it was my first time back in Africa after years of being in Germany, surrounded by almost only white people.
Right.
And I went there, and I was at the airport, and I remember the first thing I said, because my aunt was the head of the UN there, United Nations, and so she picked me up at the airport. This little German girl, right? I was speaking German for years, and I looked out and I said, "Oh my God, there's so many Black people here." Yep, that's in Africa. And it was amazing. And that's actually where I learned to be beautiful, because I saw all these beautiful, tall, dark-skinned Black women.
Right.
And they're so elegant and gorgeous.
Right.
And there's so much spirituality there. And there's no old people homes there.
Yeah, right.
Because everybody takes care of their
each other.
elders.
That's right. That's exactly right. So
And it's beautiful.
it is beautiful. So I didn't also mention, this beautiful man right here. And we just intention the divine masculine for him. When you say divine feminine, we just intention.
Oh, yes,
The
definitely.
sacred souls. So who is a beautiful man who actually facilitates men's groups to at our Unitarian church to bring the divine masculine in men forward in the world, that healing, that kind of, so, and the balance. So
yes, definitely. And you are so very lucky, as we know, Renee, to have such a wonderful man.
Yes, very
he's
blessed.
truly wonderful and wonderful. We love him.
Yes, we love it.
Love him so much.
Anyway, okay. All right, thanks.
No, definitely. I think that it would be lovely if we had more men like that in the world. We all need one.
Yeah.
There has to be a vote to approve the agenda.
There has to be a vote?
Okay. Your point of order is not well taken. And the reason is that I said...
Where are we? Hello?
I think you're on. He just muted himself.
Tara, sorry,
yeah?
I think Colleen had a TV on or something.
Oh, okay.
I muted it.
No problem. Hey, so does anybody else have some questions, or should I talk about manifesting love? And now I forgot, where is my page for manifesting? I found a fantastic page I had in my book about manifestation. So when you're trying to call in a partner, for example, what would be the best way to do that on your vision board? Well, I can't find the page right now, but when I found it before, the interesting thing was, oh, here it is. I'm placing an order for my true love. Part 1, very tall, strong, handsome. And then you can really describe, I'm not going to describe him on this board. I'm just going to say that I want somebody humble, spiritual, intelligent, emotionally intelligent, somebody that's happy, You have to really be specific in what you want. And there's this movie with Nicole Kidman. What is it called? Practical Magic, where she actually calls in her partner that she wants, and she writes it as a poem, and she says it over and over again. And she describes him so particular, but she forgets to describe one thing. And sometimes we think we want a handsome person, or we want a beautiful person, but we forget to say we want a compassionate person. Because what's the point of having a beautiful person if they're not compassionate? So you really have to think about what you want to use to describe the words for the person that you're going to love. Because the universe listens, but if you don't do it exactly, it will do what it thinks you want. And that might not be what you want. You know, even with friendships, you can write on your board the kind of friendships you want to call into existence. What kind of people do you want to have around you? Maybe you'll say, I want really powerful people who can help me change my world. But if you say that and you don't say you want people who are good or who, you know, powerful people can be evil. We know that, right? Talking about environments. So really, really think about what it is you want and be specific. The more specific you are, the easier it is for you to attract that into your life. What do you want to feel with that person? You know, do you want to wake up in the morning and be like, I want hugs in the morning, I want kisses in the morning, I want to be able to, you know, laugh in the morning? I wake up at 4:30 to 5 a.m. and I'm smiling. And I had somebody next to me that was so foul in the morning. What was the point of that? I woke up like this. And then I would look next to me and my heart would drop. So I want somebody who's going to smile in the morning too. So we can have fun in the morning. Because I'm a morning person. If you're an evening person, maybe you don't want somebody who's going to smile in the morning because it's going to piss you off, you know? So you have to ask for what you want.
I had
so that you can be more harmonious.
I had a roommate years ago, Tara, and she lived with me and my two kids for a while, and we worked at the same job, and we had to drive an hour in Atlanta from the suburbs. And,
wow.
And we could not talk to her until we were in the car on the way to work. But it's interesting that you're saying that, because Tide and I have actually in the last few weeks been talking, because another friend of his has brought up about people complain. They get into habits of complaining.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so it's really when my kids were young, we used to call it an attitude adjustment. They actually named it. You know, like, you know, why are you so angry? Why are you, you know, you need to go to your room until you can have an attitude adjustment, until you can respond in a nicer way. And
yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm just seeing that is something that's happened to a lot of people. They kind of get in this reactionary, knee-jerk kind of response without really thinking about kindness and what the repercussions are. So I'm really glad you brought that up.
Well, definitely. I mean, you know, we're in compassionate arts, and when we think about compassion, what I noticed, and I spoke to a group of women that I'm starting to form and mentor here, and they're at the library, and I said to them, you know, we have in California, we have a compassionate arts. And I said, and we're a compassionate state. And they were like, what's that? And I said, we're getting educated on how to be compassionate, because lots of people talk about it, but they're not. You know, like, what really is compassion?
Yeah.
I've met so many people who talk about compassion, but when I start seeing how they live, they're not compassionate. And it's like, well, hold on a second. You're talking about compassion all day long, and then you walk out and you see someone and you're not compassionate. You don't want to help. You're not looking at them. You're not, I mean, what is that? If you're talking about compassion, be about it. You know? So we really, I mean, it's really lovely that we talk about compassion, and we really, and I remember Compassionate California has a course called Compassion, where it teaches you to be compassionate. And I remember thinking on some of the calls I was on, they don't sound very compassionate. So we really have to be about compassion and live it. If you're going to talk about it, you talk about love, and then you only loving the people that you know, or you're only being about the area that you know where you live. Are you going to like love the rest of the people in the world? What about different religions? That's love too. So if you're going to be about love, that means you have to be unconditionally loving, right? So it's a lot of stuff to think about, it's a lot of stuff. And here in London, for example, I think they really need compassionate arts. Kara, we got to talk about it because we got to train these people. I mean, really, because they're so closed. And in the winter, it's cold and everybody's wearing black. And you get on the tube and nobody wants to look at anybody. Everybody's looking at their phone, And I'm looking at people going, I need to stand up and start dancing or something, put some music on. Come on, people, get with it. And, like in New York, sometimes they have buskers that get onto the tube and they start singing and dancing and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's lovely. It makes you happy because...
when I went to grad school in San Francisco, I used to, every time I'd ride the train or the bus, I always looked forward to I called it street theater because it was always something. Candy had a question, so I put her up.
Hi, Candy.
Hi. I live in a state at the moment that ICE is everywhere. We have white supremacists, not too far from me walking. Luckily, the windshield is below zero, so that's great. And our state is trying to hold love and compassion so that Trump doesn't send the army here. Anyway, I just want some comments from you about what we are living in. I mean, we're trying to help our neighbors. My husband is on Signal and is getting 100 pings, and he's trying to figure out which one to deal with.
Yeah.
My friend, I have a friend that she's afraid to go to work. She happens to be Lao Thai.
Yeah, let's hold space for a minute for that. Let's just hold space for a minute.
For those of you that don't know, she's in Minneapolis.
For really helping people to wake up to what's going on around them. Now, there's a lot of people who knew what was going to happen and nobody would listen. Nobody would listen. And people started, when we had a vote, I don't know what people were thinking. And now a lot of people are waking up and they're going, oh my God, it's affecting me. Because when it wasn't really seeming to infect other people, they were like, yeah, but I'm in my bubble, I'm fine, And now all of a sudden, we realize that so many communities are being affected that they didn't think they would be affected. And they're waking up and they're realizing that they have to stand up. And in Europe, people are very compassionate to what's happening in America. We're very compassionate. But still, it's hard. And there's stuff happening in Europe too, by the way. It's not like
I know.
There's definitely stuff happening in Europe. But for example, in London, the mayor of London made a poster that says you are wanted and welcomed here.
Wow.
For everybody. Bright colors with flowers on it. And I started crying when I saw it. Because all of a sudden, you're getting the message that no matter who you are, you're welcomed here. And so, it'd be great if we could get like a bunch of kids together to draw posters, bright posters, and put them up. We're all one community.
Yeah,
that is beautiful.
That's all happening. I mean, the community is doing that. The kids make beautiful posters. We just have to make sure they're safe. I mean, I'm a white woman. I could be shot dead at any moment because those men don't like white women talking back to them.
Yeah.
I mean, my friends who are other nationalities and colors, we had women in my studio neighborhood, because they looked funny at ice. One of them got both her wrists broken.
Wow.
But you know what they're saying about them? They're saying that they're kind of like in a trance and that they are on drugs and that they don't know what they're really doing, that they've been kind of like manipulated.
Yeah,
Have you
people
heard
who have
that?
talked to them are finding them really thinking really weird.
Yeah, they're like mind controlled or something.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, there's a lot of mind control going on.
But it's hard when they're beating you up, and it's hard when they're killing your neighbors. My one of my not daughters was there while Renee Nicole Good got shot right in front of her.
Yeah, that's Lenny Kravitz. That was one of Lenny Kravitz's family, apparently.
Oh wow, wow.
Yeah, a distant relative because he's Jewish. He's half Jewish.
Yeah, wow.
So he actually, yeah, it was actually a relative of his.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and he really has been talking up. I don't know if you've heard about Lenny Kravitz talking up for people against Trump, but he has been saying a lot. You have to go on and see what he's doing because he's really standing up as an artist and a Californian. He's really taking center stage, and it's really lovely to see him fighting against Trump on that large platform because he has a large platform to talk from. You know?
we have Toussaint was from the neighborhood. He puts out reality. He's a musician, artist, poet. We have a lot of locals just putting stuff out. But I'll do.
Candy, I'm going to say something to you.
Yes, please.
You're doing your board right now, and you gotta get out of that mindset because yes, there's a lot of fear going on and there's a lot of bad going on, but because you're doing your board, I don't want that energy going onto your board. So I'm going to say right now that we're going to reestablish, we're going to all close our eyes and hold space for a minute to change the vibration on this call.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we're going to put our hands on our hearts. We're all compassionate souls, and we're going to forward think into Candy's community peace and blessings and love. We're going to focus on that for her community right now. And then we're going to focus on that for all of our communities. We're going to take a deep breath, and we're going to release that energy on this call. Release it. Breathe out and release it. Shake yourselves. Really shake yourselves. Sometimes movement is important. And let's get rid of that. Yay. So we're back to love and compassion. We're back to care, and we're back to making our boards in 2026 the best that we can make it. And we're going to focus on positive intentions, and we're going to focus on changing the world one person at a time, and that person is us. So we're going to change ourselves, and then there's going to be people in the world that are changing. And if each of us changes ourselves for the better and radiates light, there's going to be a little pocket of light radiating into the universe. Who knows where it'll go?
Thank you.
Thank you, Candy.
That's beautiful, Tara. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay.
Much love.
Much love. Much love.
We are all sending you love, Candy.
We're all sending you love, Candy. We love you so much. And it's so nice to have you on the call. So nice to see you, Candy.
I know, you're so god dang beautiful.
Thank you. You know, this is what happens when you let things go, like men that don't serve you.
Oh, can I ask what the cool thing on your forehead is? I'm just
Yeah. It's like a painted jewel. It's let me see, where do I have the I actually bought it in TK Maxx. We have TK Maxx here too, right? TJ Maxx, TK Maxx, whatever it is. And it was on this card right there. And I'm wearing it for the first time. And it was like £1 something. So it'll be like $2. And it's just like a piece of jewelry and it just sticks to your forehead, but it's comfortable. It's not like, I guess whatever they're using on it will not hurt my skin, hopefully, because it's my first time. But I love it.
So beautiful.
So if you guys see me next time and, you know, there's no skin on my forehead, you know why. But I love it because I'm all about jewelry, and I just thought it went really well. The color coming out. I sell these. These are my earrings. You know, I do jewelry, so I'm all about the jewelry, about the adornment, about being comfortable with what you wear. Very important. I'm all about comfort as well. So if I could, I would go barefoot here, but I can't because it's just disgusting. It's not like California.
Can I pipe up with something?
Yes, of course, Patricia. So lovely to see you.
I want to say two things. The first one is about the vision board itself.
Mm-hmm.
When you're an artist, like most of us are, you have a tendency to compose the page.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've done today is allowed myself not to compose the page.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, I had the stack of images
Mm-hmm.
that I had collected. I went through and I separated them to the ones that spoke to me today, not even knowing why they spoke to me today. And I've now just glued them into my book. And now I intend to go back and sort of put in anything else that I want to put in afterwards. But I have never actually done it that way before. Usually what I do is I take all the images and my design person takes over and I try to make a really interesting page.
Mm-hmm.
So this time I'm not doing that, and I'm very interested to see what might come out of that. So that was the first thing I wanted to say.
Thank you. That's lovely. You're in flow.
Yeah. The second thing was a little insight about the women in England, because I spent a long time there, as you know. I know you've spent quite a while there as well, but one of the things that I learned at the very beginning when I was invited to a consciousness raising group of women who want to get started is they asked me, well, what do we do first? And I said, well, you go around the room and you introduce yourself and you say why you're here today. And they were appalled that they would have to do that. What you have to realize, Tara, is this is an intensely private society, right? That does not mean that they aren't confident, proud, successful, intelligent. They're just intensely private. And it takes a long time. In America, you can meet somebody and you feel simpatico and you become instant friends. That does not happen in England. It takes a long time because they're so intensely private. So keep that in mind, please, when you're thinking of, about your relationships and developing your relationships.
Yeah, I completely. The thing is that because I was here first before I went to America. And what I will say is that in America, you meet people and you gel very quickly, but they also drop you very quickly.
Yes, that's right. You have friends for life.
It doesn't mean that it's going to be a long-term deep friendship. So here, it takes a long time to meet people, but you can form very deep friendships that last a long time because they observe you and they decide if they want to know you or not.
Right.
So
and the other thing that I related to so strongly was when I first arrived in the 70s. Yeah. I had a bright pink fuchsia. I mean, bright electric pink knitted mini dress, walking around in all this gray, navy, and black. And I had a little sleeveless puffer jacket in purple. And so go ahead and be your bright pink self. because I got stares, but I also actually was sitting in a lecture someplace, and a little old lady turned around and said, "Oh, you've brightened my day."
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so
So,
much.
yeah, go
Oh,
ahead and keep wearing your pink.
thank you.
And
Thank
when
you.
I
I
was
must admit that before I went to California, I didn't wear a lot of bright colors, and I learned to wear bright colors in Cali.
Yeah.
So, and I brought it back with me. Yeah. So I had so much black in my wardrobe before I left. And when I went to Cali, I didn't wear any black. And I left all my things in my wardrobe and I bought them all the way black here. So I have all this black wardrobe and I just don't wear it very often,
No.
you know?
No.
But black is also a very powerful color and very sexy. So, you know, it depends on how you feel.
Can I ask you a technical question?
Yes.
I noticed that my things are coming off. I guess I need better glue.
Do you have a glue stick? What kind of glue
Yes,
are you
but
using?
the glue stick is not lasting very long.
No.
Patricia was right. She said that.
Remember this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get something like that.
You know, funnily enough, glue stick works really well for me. That's what I use.
Well, it's not working on this cover, so I'm wondering, can I put like a clear coat of decoupage or something on it?
Of course, yeah. You can also put a translucent paper, like a translucent paper, and put glue and tear it and put it on parts of your board, and then you can like color around the edges. It looks fantastic.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, so I do that too sometimes. I have a board here that I was doing, and this is a board that I was working on, and I have the pieces. You know, see, I cut the pieces up.
Oh, wait, hold it. Show it again.
Oh, so I cut the pieces up. This is a board that I was getting ready to do. Sometimes I put the board together and I take pictures of it, and then I haven't glued it. So this one I hadn't glued, but I have these lovely images, and then I can decide and color. And you can see I put a lot of nature on my board. So what you can also do is put dried leaves on your board. I put crystals on my board now. You could put anything you want on your board. And if you want to raise it up, if you want some relief, then you can do this. You can take a piece of cardboard, and you can actually bend it, you see? So that it's a little bit raised. Then you could put the image, stick the image on it. And when you stick it on your board, you will have a raised image. So that's another way to get a little relief on your board. See, I just bent it.
Like Beckham.
Bent it, yeah, there you go. And then when you stick it on, it's gonna create a little bit of a relief. So it's gonna be like that. And then like that. And then you can also put, like I have this color, indigo. And indigo means improving your vision. So this is color psychology coming through again. And I have this purple tree, and then I have purple background, and I can put the purple card on the board. And then I'm setting an intention with color. And then I'm going in that direction. And I could even take, I have a real flower here. And of course, it's hard to put real flowers on the board, but I could put a piece of it on the board. You see the color coming through? And it gives you a feeling. So when you color code your board or parts of your board, it might give you a different feeling. You see, like if I take this turquoise and suddenly put on the board, it freshens it up. It gives it a pop.
Yeah.
So colors are very important on your board. And if you're intentional with color, and most of us are, then really think about the colors you're putting on your board, because some people will just say, I'm just going to put a pile of pictures of what I want on my board, but they don't have the feeling of color. So for me, if I have a purple board with some pink and gold, I get a different feeling. It means that you have to look harder for your images, but you'll still find them. And you can find images that really, I have this jeweled image that goes on. You see how that pops, that color?
Yeah.
It just gives me a certain feeling. So the color is really important on boards. Color is really, see, I've got a lot of purple going on there. Yeah. So that's a purple direction. And then when I start, and also you can layer the board. So you don't, when you start the first layer of pictures, then you can put some translucent paper on the board. Then you can put some paint on the board. Then you can put another layer of pictures. You can actually layer your pictures on the board. And it creates this lovely effect. It's like an onion. You got a lot of layers and depth on your board. It's quite interesting when you do that. So I like to layer my board sometimes, and I'll have different colors and different patterns, different things on my boards. And it makes, like this page here, I'm going with a very more of a warmer direction of color. This is actually Marylebone as well, and it's where my college used to be, which is right around the corner from where I live, by the way. My fashion college is literally 5 minutes away, guys. So I walk my campus every day. And it's amazing because that's what's made me young, because I feel like I felt when I was in college here. So environments really can help you to make you feel younger. And you see the colors. So this color scheme starts coming through. And you can see I've kept it on the page. So I've focused on a particular color, and then I've taken it through in different ways. Can you see that? So I'm focusing on orange here. So you can focus, and it makes your board stronger when you focus on a particular color that really means a lot to you. It's like a different layer of intention. I'm not finished my book. You can see there's stuff falling out of it. So,
well, I'm working on a book because I had so many things I wanted to work on that I felt like it would be kind of neat to look at them in bed, and every night before I go to bed.
But you should look at your book every day.
Yeah.
Or your vision board. That's the whole point of it. If you've got it and you put it somewhere where you can't see it every day, then there's no point to it, because it's supposed to remind you every day of what you're visioning or what your intentions are. You have to look at it every day.
Well, my sister did an actual board, like a poster board,
and
she put it on the wall in her living room behind her TV. So every time she looks at the TV, she sees her vision board up on the wall behind it. And then in my studio, I have the vision body, that we do.
Which is lovely, yeah.
And that I put in the bathroom. So anytime you go in the bathroom in the studio, you see this whole full body. And so I get constantly reminded. And Anna Quibley was on our call earlier, but she seems to have gotten off. But she is going to do vision bodies with Michelle's Place, a women's cancer resource center. It's very big in Temecula. And
that's fantastic.
It's kind of neat because she's done vision boards, but she wanted to know more, what you had in mind. And she's a cancer survivor herself. She wants to use the vision body, where you trace the body and then you put inside the body, your body, what you're talking about, but also in her mind, where you want to heal and how you want to heal, like imagery.
That's lovely.
Like if anybody wants to suggest ideas for what would be healing, I can pass those suggestions on.
I love that. I think that's great to put healing words on your board. That's another thing, because one of your areas should be health and healing.
Yes. definitely is on mine.
Yeah. Right now, oh, wait a second. We have Sandra, and then I actually want us to start doing our list of action, because I want everybody to share their visions. So we're gonna take Sandra. Do you see any other hands up, Kira?
Nope.
Okay, we're gonna take Sandra, and then we're gonna start talking about how to actually action our boards. Okay? So that's the next step. So Sandra, hey.
Just so you know, it's 11:42.
I won't take up much time. Just when you were saying about healing, how I find the importance, I think Renee mentioned it earlier again, of I am, and the power of visualizing and maybe putting pictures of when your friend was feeling well, so she can look at that all the time. When you're looking at a picture of yourself that you feel really good about, your body is naturally, trying is going to that. So I just wanted to say the power of I am, like when you were talking about the healing part, how it, like, I don't know if you guys do sound healing too. I know it's not really vision board, but I like to do that with my book. I will listen to some sound healing. Dr. Wayne Dyer has a really good meditation out called I Am, the power of I Am. And I'll put that on when I'm reading my book and my affirmations and all that. And it's just very calming and helps you get into that space.
Very, very much. Music therapy.
Yes, exactly.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
Or even the sound of the ocean. If you like nature sounds, whatever you like in terms of sound. Sound is really important. It helps you to magnify the feeling. So that's really important. Thank you so much, Sandra. It's so nice to see you, by the way.
Yes, you too.
I missed you.
I know, me too.
Okay.
It's you and Kira.
We gotta talk. We gotta talk.
And so allowing. What I would find that you can struggle too, that if you want something, you might want something a lot, but if you don't allow it or feel that you're worthy of it, the universe won't. That's what I would find as well. The universe wants you to feel that you are worthy of whatever you want. And if you're not, if that's not lined up right, then you could be stopping your manifestation that way too.
Yeah,
I just haven't
totally
allow.
Yeah. I think what's very important is that you act like it's already happened. You have to have the feeling that it's already happened. So what I do is that I don't ask for things. I say thank you for things as if they've already happened. I'm very grateful.
Nice.
Thank you. And so grateful.
I was just talking to somebody about that because they were saying that, well, it hasn't happened yet. And we were trying to come up, but thank you. That's a great, that's a great.
Yeah. So I really, I mean, I go through the day going, oh my gosh, thanks so much for this. And I got that, and I'm going to get this, and I'm so excited. And I hype myself up like that, as if and because if you have the feeling like it's already happened, it's half there. It's magic.
True.
Can we see people?
Okay, we really need to. How much time do we have left? First of all, Kira.
15 minutes. Are we going to see what they're working on?
Yes.
What are you thinking? Okay.
What we're going to do is this. I'm going to call on you. And when I call on you, I want you to tell me a couple of things. Your favorite color, your favorite song for the year, if you have one, what you're trying to manifest, the direction, the environment. 26, and we're going to hold space for everybody as they talk. We're going to hold space. So everybody's going to have a few minutes to talk about their goals, their dreams, their desires, and everybody else is going to really listen intently to that person. And I'm going to raise my hand when you have to almost stop talking, okay? So I'm going to do this. Because I don't want to say stop, but I'm going to do this, which means wrap it up. Because we have to be careful. We want everybody to have a chance to have a say, right? Okay. How many people are we on the call, Kira?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I think.
Okay. So I'm going to try and give each person 2 minutes.
Wait a minute. We don't have that many people. 1, 2, It's hard to tell because.
Okay, well, we'll do 2 minutes for each person, and some people can really like feel into it. You can say anything you want. We're going to hold space for you, but nothing negative. Do not say what you don't want. I don't want to know what you don't want. I only want to know what you want.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to start with Sandra since she's already.
Yes, I'll start with Sandra. Sandra, are you ready?
Okay. Okay. Some things that I would love to always have a balanced life. If somebody is in it, be able to be completely myself, live wholeheartedly, forgive lots, have lots of fun. I'm living in my old cottage, so I have a beautiful, it's comfortable, but I'd love to do some renovations. So eventually, so here's a picture of like a greenhouse I would like to have. I don't know if you can see that.
Beautiful.
But I like that. I do that out of my veranda and that kind of stuff. This is from my other book, and I'm going to probably put it in my new one. And it's always believe that something special is going to happen. I have that right in the front of my book, and faith. So it gets me in the right mindset that anything is possible. And there's another one. I'm already the woman I want to be. So speaking in positive, I have a lot of, it's kind of a mess here, but.
Okay.
Great.
I like to put on the chain.
Oh, that's great.
What's the best that can happen? So sometimes it's, to think positive, you can think one way or another. So I'll put this up and I like to look at that. What's the best that can happen? And pictures. Here is a new driveway. I have a picture of that, but I can't find it. And
it's okay. You don't have to show us the picture. What's the feeling you have? What's the feeling you have when you want to
relationships, family? The feeling is feeling full and full of love and gratitude and
smooth and relaxed on your driveway, right? Because that's what you want with a new driveway.
I've seen my driveway. It's like this,
right? So you want it to be easier to go down
and up and get up sometimes in the winter, which is fun. But yeah, no, I have a lot of stuff. I have this is some paintings I did, and I called it Path to Wholeness. And I'm going to put them in there because the reason I did the paintings is helps me get into alignment and remind me what's important. And
beautiful,
so, like different ones. So
beautiful. Okay, I want to stop for a second, and I want us to all stop what we're doing and hold space for Sandra's vision and for her goals. We want to take a deep breath, and we want to focus on her and send her healing energy that she will manifest her goals in the new year. Take a deep breath and let it out. Back in the room. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
So that's Sandra, absolutely beautiful. And what I'd like you to do, Sandra, the next thing while you're trying to do it is try to do a little action list for how you're going to actually achieve those goals.
I do have that, but we'll go off me. We don't have to.
No, we don't have to talk about it, but as long as you have it.
Yep.
That's perfect. Because that's definitely a step leveling up from the last year that we did. So that's really good. Thank you. Okay, Candy, what do you think? Would you like to go next?
Okay. My goal for the year is I actually finished and put in for a grant at the Textile Center, the McKnight Fiber grant. And my joy would be just to win it with my studio mate, and because we work so well together, and fill the Textile Center with amazing wearable art, VR or pieces that I've been making portraits of my friends and then making videos through QR codes, but just QR coding Deb talking about her work. It's about soils and people wearing the pieces there. And this blisses out into my studio. Now it's big. I can hold dye classes and people can come and sew and we create community. And I would like to travel, but I like to travel in places where I feel whole and stay a while. So I'd like to get a residency somewhere in the world, United States or anywhere, with my husband to be a part of the community and feel the wholeness and gorgeousness and joy of the community and have our work go back and forth and back and forth.
Beautiful. Beautiful, Candy. Can we hold space for Candy's vision? Can we take a moment? We're all magical beings. And when we manifest as women and hold space for each other, we can feel the energy. Can feel the energy on this call. It's beautiful. And let's hold space for Candy, for her vision, for her travel, for her grant. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Thank you. Candy, so work on your action list for how to achieve your goals. And I'll just mention that I would like a follow-up call if people are willing in a month to really revisit our goals and what we're doing and to re-establish what we've said. So if you guys are willing, but we'll talk about that afterwards, then it would be really great because I think following up is important. Following up with what we're doing. So we have Patricia.
Okay.
Would you like to go?
I don't know my goals, but I have put lots of words into the pictures that I want to share. My first picture was just this wonderful facts and truth diagram. And then here I've got stay firm, use your anger, make home safe. I've got hide and reveal slowly, be quiet, be ready to fly. Whoops, I guess it's not.
I love that. Be ready to fly.
Pinpoint joy and make each meal a jewel. I've only got a few more, I think, that I've labeled. Travel with color. Spend energy wisely.
I love that.
Free your time. And I think that's all I've got for now. I haven't labeled the rest of them, but they just come, and that's lovely. They just came really fast.
I love that.
And no, I don't have a plan.
And that's fine too.
But I might want to embellish the pages a little bit more because I like embellished pages.
I love the word embellish.
So it's hard for me to leave them alone.
I love the word embellish.
I think so, because it might not be that I will look at it every day, but maybe I will take one page every day and work on embellishing it, and that way it will soak in.
I like that. That's beautiful.
Favorite color is purple.
Excellent. Let's hold a space for purple for Patricia. Let's think of the color. Let's think of embellishment, the word. And let's see her embellishing every day, her life. Let's take a deep breath and release. Thank you so much. So we have 3. The next person, Kira, would you like to go? Would you like to share?
Sure, I'll share quickly because Deanne is here too.
Okay. And then Deanne can go after you.
So I did the book, although it says it's backwards. It says impossible. Oh, impressive. Impressive.
I like that.
Be impressive and impossible, right? Endless possibilities beyond imagination. So my book, you know how several of you were talking about balance. You know, my cover of my book, I tried to think of that balance because each page in the book is so complex because it deals with different projects. So, and I have this puppet because I love puppets for whatever reason, and it's so interesting because I'm putting voiceover on my children's video right now, the Spanish, and 2 of the 3 people that I recorded their voice several years back have passed. So I'm watching Carla and Roxana close up because the microphone's right in front of their face. And it's a really interesting, bizarre feeling that maybe we should have another discussion sometime on the feeling that people that pass haven't really gone. They're still here. I mean, I feel they're with me doing this. I really do. This is Carla's neck scarf from Guatemala that I inherited after she passed. And anyway, Dan?
Oh, can I just say something? 1 minute.
Yep.
Before you finish, I want to say something to people being with us, because Felicia obviously was on the plane and she came here. She loves London. We're having a great time. And I really feel that people that we love stay with us, stay around us to protect us. And I was having a hard time here, and I was in the kitchen, and I don't know what I was doing. Feeling like all my ancestors, all the people that loved were around me. I was having a really hard time, and Felicia was there, and my aunt that had died, and my stepfather that died, and my grandfather was there, and my grandmother was there, and they were all around me. And if I closed my eyes, I could feel them. It was just incredible. And I do believe that the people that love us protect us. That's what they do. They're our angels. And they look down and they protect us, and they take care of us, and they guide us. So that's definitely a subject for another call, because I think that's something we should really look at. And it's so healing to be able to think of the people that we've lost in that way. I just lost my aunt 2 days ago. And she was a beautiful woman, Danielle Bernard.
I'm sorry.
And she was in an ambulance rushing to the hospital, and the ambulance had an accident. She died.
Oh gosh.
It's crazy. And she was such a beautiful person, and I'm focusing on her life and her positivity. She was great, beautiful, gorgeous woman. And I definitely feel her around me. She was in California with her son before she left, and she went to Africa. She died in Africa. And so I think that if we feel the people that we've lost around us, and if we think that we haven't lost them, but that they're still there. And sometimes I talk to Felicia. I'll be in a situation on the bus or something, and I'll just talk to her, And I do believe she definitely guides me, and she definitely helped me when I was really having a hard time when I divorced. She was there with me. So I think people are there as much as you allow them to be.
All the time.
Yeah, I think they're there as much as you want them to be.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share that. Deanne, we're looking forward. Wait. Let's hold a space for Kira. Let's hold a space for Kira. Let's close our eyes and send her positive, high frequency energy for all her visions, for all the work that she's doing. Let's feel as if it's already done. and that she's accomplished it. And Kira, think about the feeling you feel when you've accomplished what you're trying to do, and hold that feeling. It's already done. It's amazing, and we love it. And you're here talking to us about it, actually, about all the work you did.
So exciting.
Exactly. Every day and every process is exciting. So let's take a deep breath in. And let's release, holding a space for Kira's greatness. Thank you. Okay, Deanne.
I don't have anything put together. I'm still working on the cutting out, whatnot. Definitely want more intention. That's my goal with what I have thus far.
Okay, what about your colors?
I love so many colors, but purple is definitely a favorite, along with my granddaughter. So yeah.
Okay, so purple is a spiritual color. It's a color of intention. It's a high frequency color. Purple is the most amazing color. So we're holding a space for purple. We're holding the feeling tone for purple. And we know purple, is a color for this call and for Compassionate Arts as well, and for Felicia. So I think she's coming through because everybody's talking about purple today.
Yeah, she is. I feel her. Moment you said her, she was right there.
Yep.
She's there.
Always. So let's hold the space for Deanne, sending her positivity and love for any direction she chooses to take and for all her goals to manifest. When we take a deep breath and we release. Focusing our positive energy and frequency on Deanne. Thank you. Okay, so Paulina, darling, how are you? And would you like to go next?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Hi, everyone. My favorite color is red. My goals this year is to really pursue this financial independence, and choose to work instead of having to be required to work, and freedom in location and time as well. I think all that goes hand in hand. But this year, I have a number. Before it was kind of like, oh, I need billions of dollars. This year, I'm grounded with, I've read Tony Robbins' Master of Money, and it pretty much shows how you can find your number. And so it's definitely achievable, capable of doing so. Yeah, I'm hoping that this year is the step to a solid foundation for it. And let me see my vision board I have here. I didn't paste anything yet, but I'm also working on cutting it out, while listening in, and going through these magazines. Hold on one second. Oh, here. Oh, so blurry. Okay, so just like, just staying wild as far as being rooted down with nature, and being free in that sense, since we're also caught up in the digital world these days. I do like adventure, so the Northern Lights and experiences like no other, and engineered for expeditions. Of course, it being world class, and I'm a Leo. So this is a picture of two lions together, and I cut it in the shape of a heart because that's, love right there in a sense. Wild love, forward thinking. I like a complimentary life. So, special editions. I love surprises. I love extra amenities. Um, yes, this is what I'm designing here. This is what I'm designing my vision to be. What else? What else, Tara?
What about music? Do you have a special song that you want to have for your year?
A special song for my year. I mean, there's a song that I've been listening to since December on repeat, and it's called Lose Yourself by Marie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about not it's never going to be the same way, and I don't want things to be the same way. So yeah, and just like losing yourself into the present.
Mm-hmm.
And and she sings in a very falsetto voice, so I'm just a big fan of falsettos, and just it's very clean and sexy and beautiful.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tara.
So let's hold space for Paulina's vision, for her finding a solid foundation, for adventure and wildness rooted in nature. Let's feel into the feeling of a success for her accomplishing her goals and her steps in her process. Let's take a deep breath in and release and focus high frequency, intention, and joy and love in Paulina's direction. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so Kira,
Love
how
you,
much
Paulina.
time do we have
Look
left?
at that aura that you have, Paulina. Did you see that aura? Woo!
I know. She got that white aura going on.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay,
so we have
5, 6, 7.
Tanya to go, and Renee,
and Ted,
and Marjorie, and Ted.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to take Ted last for energy. So I'm going to do Renee next. Thank you. Renee, we're really listening with intention for your visions and your goals.
Okay. So I have I set some goals for myself. At the beginning of the year, right? Like right at New Year's Day. So everything kind of draws from there. So I call it Renee's renewal, right? Water with lemon. These are like actions. I'm kind of in the action part. Water with lemon, walking, gym, clean, careful food, art, creative, meditation, clean area of house, and careful money. So I've just kind of like tracking myself on my phone in that. But in terms of my vision board itself, I have last year I had done it on canvas, and Ted and I went, and he chose a black canvas and I chose a white canvas. I haven't painted around it, but I will, but I'll just show it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
No, now we can't see it. You have to pull it back a little.
Go back.
And then that's perfect. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, so right in the very center of it, we did word salad. Ted and I did a word salad. So it has the words on it of creativity, vision, family, restoration, romance, meditation, strength, justice, prayer, animals, stretching, gardening, forest bathing, health, inspiration, like that, right? And so then,
Beautiful.
so all of those are right in the very center for me. And then I do have on here, I wish I could show it to you. I wish I could fix my thing better, but anyway, pull it back more, right? Nope. I don't know.
We're going to
So,
hopefully if we meet up again, we're going to be able to have pictures of it so that
yeah,
everybody can see everybody's
yeah.
board.
So I do have celebration with community with women. I have I had created a fire horse for the year of the horse, the change. We're shedding our skin of the snake and we're moving into the celebration. I have a shield that I had from a painting that I had made of my ancestry, a woman in a tree. And then I have a couple of things that were very powerful. I only put two of them on. One is called Friluftsliv, which is a Norwegian word, a way of living that invites you outside every day, not to achieve anything, but to breathe and exist with nature. And the other one that I put on there is, I'm so sorry, I should know how to say, I feel like I should know how to say them, but they're in another language. Uitwayen, which is Dutch, stepping into the wind so it can clear your mind and loosen your thoughts and reset your senses. And something very important to me that I put on here is a crone. I put a crone on here because I have images of myself in paintings and in community and as a warrior and as a mother and all that. But you know, when I told you about the 13 wishes from Solstice, and the one that was left for me to be responsible for was embracing my crondom. You know, looking at my face and not just seeing Ted knows, not just seeing the lines as, you know, not just seeing the lines, but just really embracing that part of life that moves me into 68, almost 69 years old, and the wisdom of that. So I'm gonna read something too that's on my board, and then I'll stop.
Thank you.
Everyday sorceress. May you make your own magic out of weeds and wonder. May you create your own enchantments from the stuff of mud and memories. May you spin your own spells from threads of raindrops and roses. And may you breathe in the knowing that you hold the power to make the world anew.
Let's hold space for that. Let's hold space for that. That's so beautiful. Oh, let's really hold space for that, for stepping into the wind, for embracing enchantment, all these beautiful magical words that have just been uttered that we can really see in our mind's eye. Let's hold space for Renee, for health and wellness, for nature, community, and everything that she's going to accomplish in this year. Let's hold space. Let's focus high frequency energy in our togetherness and high vibration in her direction. Let's take a deep breath in and release, feeling as if everything is already done. That was wonderful. Thank you so much. That was just beautiful, Renee. That was absolutely amazing. So we have.
I just want to give you a song before we go.
Oh, sure, definitely.
Little Blue by Jacob Collier. Well, anything by Jacob Collier, but Little Blue is a song that I've had on repeat over and over and over again. Watch the video. It's amazing.
I'm definitely going to look at that. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, who do we have next? Marjorie, we haven't heard from you yet, and we're very excited to. How are you?
I'm good. I am just amazed the energy here and now, and just wow. And I had, as soon as we got on, the words popped into my head: seeing beyond the chaos and letting words flow.
Mm.
And I have given myself a self challenge where I need to do ink sketching, no preconceived ideas, and they have to include people.
Okay.
It's silk paintings like pattern and flow and jellyfish and trees. And I did one person, but I had to put like a sketch underneath. I mean, I had a safety net. And this is all like, you just, as soon as I put the pen down, I have no idea what's going to come out. And also I need to include words. And so my vision, I actually started working on my vision page in this sketchbook, and this was on the 6th. And I started off the center. I was like, I wanted it to be a tree. I was like, a tree, a bird looking down. I'm like, that looks like the center of a flower. So then I started putting petals on, but I was like, it still wasn't what it needed to be. And I turned it into a bee. And then I put my little figures down there. And then the words is like, this is the best part of it. The flower became a bee. She pollinated herself. And I've been very hesitant. It's like, I don't share. I don't, yeah, I was like, confidence is what I need to work on to get my ideas out there. And my big project that I've been working on since 2016, off and on, is that it's time to do a graphic novel Hyben, to get it out there first, and then think about approaching, throwing it out there in the world to be produced in different ways, because it's a bigger project than me. And realizing if I do that, I might lose a little control on the direction. So I need to get my main ideas out first. And then today I just started sketching down the ideas, the words from today, the words from my vision board, and all this is like, my handwriting generally, I mean, I have to like really take my time to do this. And the whole thing about walking between worlds. And of course, when I first wrote it down, I get this, my mind races ahead. And so I left out, oh, the ween word. So I had to put it down below, and I actually liked the way that worked out. So it's like just going with the intuition, and I am because we are. That's exactly what is happening now, and embracing each other. And we just need to send those ripples out into the world. And let's see, colors. Oh, can I just say chakra colors instead of
that?
Because it's like, the rainbow, the chakra colors, it all is like really personally important to me. My daughter, her favorite color is the color orange, which I found out is the color of transitions. And I feel her going more red because she's more integrated into the universe, and it's more heated power and knowledge that I'm feeling. And, the 13 wishes, that really stuck to me because, the 25th, it'll be 13 years she's been out riding comets. And it's all about, when I go out with her, the adventures that I have, that I'm getting into writing very slowly because it's all in my head, but it needs to, you know, get out. And songs, Andrew Bird is one of my Pandora stations, and when I'm cooking in the kitchen and experimenting with new recipes, that's what's on. And yeah.
That's beautiful.
That is just beautiful.
Really.
I love the bee. Did the bee turn into a flower? No, the flower
turned into a bee. Yeah.
And pollinated herself.
Yeah, and this
I'll
one,
never forget that.
like I did a book and the pages, and I'm like, oh, the people need to have page hairs, you know? And
that is so beautiful.
Oh,
and I've been in...
and some of my political ones are starting to pop out.
I'm sure. I have really enjoyed watching you do your haikus the last year. You know, and really have really enjoyed watching you evolve with that. And I just want to hold space. I want us to close our eyes and hold space now for this beautiful being with all this amazing creativity. And I love the idea of you writing comments with your daughter and having adventures. That's so beautiful. That is just such a beautiful awareness to have. And I can't think I've heard anything more beautiful. We want to hold space for all her creativity and for joy and for all the words that she's chosen and all the sketching and the silk painting and all the flow of creativity and communication. So we want to take a deep breath. And we want to feel into all of her big projects being completed and what she'll feel when that happens and how that happens and the feeling of it happening. So amazing. And we take a deep breath and we release. Thank you. So now I've lost my way. Kira, can you help me? Who's next?
Sure.
Tanya.
Tanya, welcome. I hope that you've really been enjoying the experience. And we're so happy to have you here and we hope you come back.
It's a blessing to be here.
Thank you. Please share with us your visions.
My favorite color is purple and red because I'm surrounded by compassionate royalty and unconditional love. My theme song for 2026 is Moving On by Jonathan McReynolds. Constantly moving forward. I am living in my beautiful home with the studio in Oceanside near my grandkids, while my house in Georgia is thriving in revenue. My art life coaching business is thriving. My nonprofit Spread Love Through Arts is thriving. And I am driving around in my automobile helping other veterans create art as the modality for mental wellness that was donated by me through some grant or some philanthropist. I have multiple streams of income started with my ebook and my podcast, and my finances are in abundance, so I continue to pay it forward, helping others as I continue to move around spreading love.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful and so clear in intention. We're holding space, guys. Let's hold space. Let's hold space for her greatness. Purple Red Queen. You're in Oceanside. Oh, I love Oceanside. for art life, for nonprofits. Let's hold space for the multiple sources of income for all of us. Let's hold space for wellness and health and helping people. What a beautiful vision. Feel it as if it's already happened. Feel that feeling. How grateful we are for everything that has already been accomplished. We take a deep breath. And we release. Tanya, thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I think Colleen, is there anyone else besides, Ted and Colleen?
Ted's going to be last, yeah.
Okay,
so we have Colleen.
Colleen.
Colleen, so happy to see you.
Yeah.
So wonderful.
Oh, great. I finished my other meeting and I was trying to listen into yours and do that at the same time, and I couldn't do it. So I'm hoping I can get a copy of the audio, or I mean,
yes, and let me just say a few things for you so that you can catch up. So
Okay.
Colleen, we're thinking of what your favorite color for the year is, or a color that gives you a good feeling for the year. Yeah. We're thinking of a song that you might have that you've been listening to or that you feel might give you something for the new year. Mm-hmm. And then we're thinking of what are your golden intentions and the feelings that you have around that. So if you could share those things with us.
Okay, I'll do my best. I'll give you a little look of my board that I did a few days ago. I spent a few days doing it in pieces like you suggested. Where the first day I just wrote what I wanted to let go of. And then I went through all my magazines that I too collect on the side of the road or out of libraries, but I get them when they give them away. Not, I don't rip the pages from the library. I might do that at a doctor's office, now that you mention it. But anyway.
Dentist, doctor.
So one of them was the shadow. You see the shadow selves there. I think that was anyway, wanting to let go of my shadow, the aspects of my shadow that I see and let go with love and appreciation that they are showing me where I still have triggers, where I have pain, where I'm growing, where I'm not growing. And so they are just there, like pain is there as a gift to not burn yourself up and stuff. So my shadow things are there as a gift to show me where I can put my efforts at and grow more and let go of some things. And so that's what I want to do this year is let go. I have an old archaic statue representing my old crystallized self that I want to let go of there and become my new version of, the next level, the more awakened, more wise crone, the accepting of the things that I never really wanted to accept. I just wanted them to change and I wasn't willing to do what it took to grow or to have them. I wanted, to be a great artist and didn't want to sit down and think about it. Whatever, you name it. I just wanted to have it all, but without doing the effort and without even sitting and asking myself what I wanted. So all these things are new that I'm wanting to let go of the old ways of wanting things. And then I have a lotus. It signifies, coming out of the mud and, becoming, more spiritually enlightened, more pure, more honest, more of my true essence, what I really am. I'm not my ego. I'm not myself. That changes every minute. I am what doesn't change is my true essence. And that is what is full of light, love, beauty. It's already whole. And I like the fact that you can heal your past by just seeing what it is and holding it with your present and holding it with what you already know to be true and beautiful and good and whole in yourself. And it actually changes the DNA is what I believe in your past. And how we heal ourselves and our what we are all one of each other. We heal everything and everybody that way. Also, what else was in there? A butterfly, of course. And I am not the caterpillar or the butterfly. I'm really that mushy stuff that in between the two right now. I'm doing a lot of changing and growing. And so there's more. And I just got so much out of this meeting. Oh my God, you guys are beautiful. And I, that's why I jumped in and did this. What I'm doing is I'm actually doing action around the things I value instead of just writing my 10 New Year's resolutions and trying to do them and never doing them or doing them for the first week or the first day. But now I have, at least do 5 minutes of things. And if you don't do it, don't beat yourself up, but attempt and try to do at least 5 minutes of things. So I've been doing 5 minutes of like playing my ukulele. It's been turning into a half hour. I've been doing 5 minutes of Qigong. That turns into 20 minutes every day. I do 5 minutes, and some things are only 5 minutes, of writing, of actually creating. That's why I got this board done, because I did 5 minutes of writing it down first, then 5 minutes of doing the thing, and it all turned into about, a half hour to an hour each time, just about. So it really shows me that if you just ask yourself to do 5 minutes, if what you really love is coming out, it'll turn into it. It just, where I'm stuck is at just attempting things, at just doing it. Like my meditation teacher said, just sit in the position, you don't have to meditate. Just go, if you're having a hard time doing something regularly, just sit in the position and then go on about your day. But most of the time you sit, you're going to sit there at least 5 minutes.
Yep.
All right, my favorite, the color. Well, I see a peacock every evening. It's my social hour, and we have a peacock down the block. So I get up out of the house every day. By the time he runs up his tree at sundown every night, and you have a flock of people that are always coming out there and noticing it for the first time, or bring their kids, and I bring blueberries and let them feed them out of the hand. So every night, and now I have my own little group of women there, mostly that I meet for 10, 15 half hour. And every night that I can, I'm there doing it. But anyway, that's my color, peacock. Also, my favorite song on my ukulele that I have three I'm playing, Hallelujah, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And then the one that I would say is my favorite is Mercy Now by Mary Gauthier. And I just love it because I'm very political and I just feel things really strongly in politics and in human nature and in just feeling, and I get so much feeling out of that song. And hope and anger, it all comes out of that one. So my intentions I already told you about, and the feelings I have around them are hope and self-confidence. That was my word last year when I went to a meeting, not Equinox, but whatever we did down in San Diego. And we all went there together and we had to pick a word. And mine was self-confidence. And that's the one that I feel finally this year. I didn't feel it last year. It took a whole year for me to finally get into action so that I could start feeling self-confidence and faith in myself and trust that I'm gonna take care of myself. Before I didn't have any trust about that. I never took care of myself. I didn't even floss. I'm gonna be losing 2 teeth because of that. I just didn't want to, so I didn't. But now I am. That's on my list and it happens. So anyway, thank you,
Okay.
everyone.
Colleen?
Yeah.
Amazing development.
Truth is.
Yeah. And I remember being in your home and I remember all your lovely things. I'll never forget the experience that I had with you.
I have your butterfly you gave me this big. It's in my fireplace and I always think of you with that butterfly.
I'll never forget the experience with you. And I just let's close our eyes and hold space for Colleen, for all the things she's letting go of, for all the growth, for the new version of herself to come in, for the peace, for the color, the peacock color, beautiful, vibrant, gorgeous, indigo and fuchsia and tan and all those beautiful colors. My gosh, the peacocks, I can just see them. And let's hold space for all the development and acknowledge everything that she said and feel into it already happening. All these 5 minutes leading into one big whole, leading to greatness, leading into transformation, leading into health and wellness. Let's really hold space for that. Wow. Let's take a deep breath. And release. Release. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have another woman, or are we going to our masculine energy?
I think that Ted is on.
Ted? We are going to hold space for this man, this beautiful man in our midst, the special one. We are looking forward to hearing about your vision. We can't hear you.
You're muted.
You're muted, Ted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Thank you.
Okay. Hello.
Hi. I miss you.
I miss you. It's such a pleasure to be in this beautiful, divine, feminine space. It is a space that I love and appreciate. I draw strength from it every day with my wife and my daughters. So this has been a very challenging time because I'm very political. And it's hard not to, as my wife says, not to doom scroll on my phone and catch up to all the news. And so much of it is bad. And yet at the same time, I find ways in the ordinary to have joy. And right now I'm having my hand licked by my puppy, which is so joyous. She's such a scamp. But
can you show them?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. We'll have a picture of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go back.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and you got your
your
word cloud.
It's disappearing. So there's a Hungarian saying that we found that really resonated with me. And it goes a little bit like this. A mind that works in imaginative sideways, clever, playful, surprising in its connections. That's my goal for this year. To not be afraid of being tangential, to working sideways. I don't always have to be linear and straight on, even though I am the bull. I can approach things in a sideways. Of my action words in my word salad is celebrating love and passion, activism, justice, doing deep listening every day, trekking, healing, continuing to work on my health, thinking almost a year ago, I was on death's door. And Renee helped pull me back because we got me off of all of these medicines that I was on, many of them that were really very harmful to me. And you come away with a very different perspective about modern medicine, Western medicine. So the ocean is healing, the forest is healing, our animals are very healing. The clouds are healing. I am focusing even more passionately and strongly on my art this year. I realized that it's been 3 years since I've shown any photographs publicly, and I'm going to change that this year. I am very connected to my indigenous roots, my African roots, and my indigenous American roots. And I'm moving slowly beyond the stereotypes that people have of me, have had of me. And I have seen how it has changed and morphed. That I can be translucent, I can shimmer, I can manifest lovingness, embracing my children, embracing their partners, embracing my dogs, but mostly embracing my woman, my wife, my daughter, and my son. Theo he is everything I wish I could have been at his age. And I'm so grateful to be walking in a world where he lives. So that kind of sums up my direction for this year. And I'm very grateful to have this time to be able to manifest verbally out loud what I'm thinking and feeling. The songs I want to leave you with is a song by Roy Ayers called Everybody Loves the Sunshine. It's been covered by many people.
I love it.
Yeah. I also want to give a shout out to John Lennon's Imagine, because right now we need to imagine a better world. And lastly, when things get too rough, I want to harken back to Miles Davis and company and their song So What? So what? It does other people's definitions of me and their evilness and their lack of compassion, I will not allow to affect me or the direction I'm traveling. So to that, I just say, so what? Okay.
Let's close our eyes
Beautiful.
and hold space for this wonderful man in our. We're so lucky to have him. And it really touched me because I don't have that masculine energy in my life right now, not as a father or a brother or anything. And I really loved your vision and your words and the way you've analyzed and speak. Just beautiful. Let's hold space for his health and wellness. Let's hold space for the masculine energy in this form, developing and growing, shimmering and being translucent, Thinking of the ocean and the forest and the clouds and art and all those beautiful, beautiful things that came up for his vision. Oh, everybody loves the sunshine. What a fantastic song to think of at the end of all of this. And the feeling that it gives us. You guys are all in California in the sunshine. I'm not. But anyway, let's hold space for his greatness and for the beautiful family that they've created and the love that is so obvious and the community. Let's hold space for that community. And I've been down there where Ted is, and there's such a lovely, lovely environment. Let's hold space for that too. And all that they bless and all the people they bless and all the family that they have down there. Thank you so much, Ted. We hold space for you. Let us breathe in and breathe out, holding space for everything that has already come to pass, especially health. So, as we come to a close on our lovely, lovely, lovely vision board workshop, I want to say that I'm so grateful for each of you for being here. I don't want this to be the end. I want to take this further. And I have my vision. My vision is that we meet once a month and that we support each other in all the goals and all the things that we've spoken about today. And I know that's not possible for everyone, but anyone who would like to join, just let Kira know, because I think we'll have to set up another Zoom. But I would like for us to meet once a month, maybe on the first Saturday of the month or the last Saturday. We can discuss that and carry on supporting each other in circle through this, because we've created something now that I don't want to really let go of. It's magical, it's strong, it's beautiful. And I would like to keep it going, and Felicia would like to keep it going because she would like us to get back together, okay? And I think that we really should try to support each other once a month and check in. Just check in. It doesn't have to be structural. It has to be, hi, how are you? Remember those goals you had. Let's hold each other accountable for where we want to get to. I know I need help. You know, I need the support, and I'm all the way over here missing all you guys. So let's try and let's see every now and then. You know, I'll put it out there. That's my vision and my goal and my wish is for us to be in circle and for us to support each other and for us to check in on each other and share with each other. We all trust each other. You know, it's easy for us to let go and say what we really feel. And if we need to cry or shout or be happy or whatever it is we want to bring to the call, I would love, that's my vision. That's what I would really, really wish for. So it has been so beautiful. I'm going to let Kira take back over now. And I just want to say that blessings to all of you. And I'm so very happy to have had this space and this time with you. I love you all.
Oh, Tara, that was one of the most amazing, seriously amazing things you've ever done with us. I just love, love, love what you did today and for everybody. And I found the song, Ted, the Everybody Loves Sunshine song to end, but I just want to thank all of you for being here. And Tara will be taking over the monthly call, I guess, from now on, which just think is going to be amazing. And so look forward to feedback from you all and let her know how much we so appreciate her doing this. It's totally a volunteer act of love. Thank you so much, Tara.
Totally amazing. Wonderful, wonderful.
So before we go, can we hold space for Tara?
Oh, very good idea.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's close our eyes and send Tara loving energy for everything that she creates in the world now and all the magic that she brings to the gray skies, the fuchsia, the pink, the vibrancy, the wonder of touching others with her healing energy and the art that she shares with the world and the way that she teaches us all. So much appreciation. Sending you lots of love for the manifestation of relationships of love in your life.
Thank you.
So shall we do a deep breath? Breathe in. Breathe out. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Thank you. I love you all. I really love you all, and I really am so happy to be on this call with you. And Felicia's here, and she wants us to reconnect, you know, and support each other.
And Tara, I was in London between high school and college in 1970 and 71, and it was that time, and there was color then. but you on the tube, you knew who was American because they're the ones that looked at you, and you knew which ones were Italians because they weren't quiet.
By the way, anybody who wants to come to London, I have a guest bedroom. People are welcome. You can come. I'd be happy to host. I have a lovely guest bedroom here. I'm right in central London. In Marylebone, right near Oxford Street, but very beautiful near Regent's Park. You can walk in the park. You can go to the museums. If you feel like coming, get in touch with me.
I'll be there.
Everybody should be in my Facebook. I think everybody's in my Facebook, except Tanya. Tanya, you're not in my Facebook. Please do get into my Facebook. I post a lot, and I'm sharing a lot about many different things. So I'd love to have you. And I'm also on Instagram on Earthtribenative. So
I'm looking forward to it. One of my goals is to get back. I was stationed at Ipswich. One of my goals is to get back to Cambridge.
Yeah,
I actually went to Cambridge. Studied there. So yes, come. I would love to have you. Everybody's welcome.
Okay.
So I would like to say, Kira, do you have the next date on that forum? It was the first.
Tara, why don't you send people this?
Yeah.
Okay.
List.
Okay. What's the best way to send things to people?
February 7th is what you have here. Text.
I can only join in on the computer, so by email is best. Because when I try to join on the phone, I just don't think my area has a connection strong enough.
Could everybody send Kira their emails?
Yeah.
Because everybody can reach Kira. I know that. So if you send all your emails to Kira, and Kira can forward them on to me.
Okay.
Okay. And then I will post.
Tara, why don't you just give them your email? It's just as easy, and that's more direct.
Okay. Can everybody take my email, please? Okay. So it's Tara. It's T.
Put it in the chat, and then they just can copy and paste it.
Okay. Kira, can you do that for
me?
T.King-Haagen@gmail.com. Into the chat. Thank you.
I don't know.
It's T.King-Haagen@gmail.com.
T. King
Haagen with 2 A's.
Yeah.
At gmail.com.
At gmail.com. Okay.
So anybody who would like to be in on the next month, just send me an email and then I'll add you to the list.
Okay.
Everyone.
And I would love to see you. I'm definitely going to be doing it. So whoever would like to join, I'll just send out the invitations. And we're going to keep on talking about our boards. And you can also send me a picture of your board so that I can put it on a presentation and rotate it the next time so everybody can see the boards. And then you can talk about your boards again. And I can keep reminding you of your goals and your dreams so that we can actually really manifest and keep up with it.
Okay. Blessings to you. Bye-bye.
Blessings.
Okay.
Blessings.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, Tara and Kira and everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you. That's sweet.
Love you.